Do you ever feel stuck in the rat race? Life doesn't have to be that way if you're willing to put in the work. In Bigger Vision, Chris Garrison helps you discover the keys to abundance, freedom, and personal growth that let you live the life of your dreams. And now, here's your host, Chris Garrison.
You know what I love about life? It's really not as complicated as we make it. See, I'm going to teach you something that I would like to call a party trick. You know how when you have those people go to the parties and they've got this little magic trick or whatever, and they just kind of ooh and ah the crowd, or maybe they're just going on a date and it's just a great little kicker to catch the attention of the date that they're with. Well, here's a party trick. If you want to predict someone's future, all you have to do is look at where they spend their time and their efforts. Because where your focus goes, that's going to grow. Tony Robbins, I believe, said that little phrase, that catchphrase, and it's true. I sit here and I watch so many people say, I want this, I want that, but then their actions are completely the opposite of what they say they want. If they say they want to be rich, or they say they want to own a home, or they say that they want to be financially free, or they want to have a great marriage, or whatever the case is, what are they doing to make that happen? We just passed Christmas. So today is Monday. I'm recording this, and it is December the 26th. And we had single digits come through the area Thursday, Friday, and Friday evening, we got a little high in the 20s and started having pipes thaw out, and water lines began to bust. And see, I own a disaster cleanup company that does water damage mitigation cleanup. So when this happens, we have 24-hour emergency service, and we have to respond immediately because however long the water is on, it's also going to migrate to new areas, plus it can damage the materials depending on how long it sits on those materials, especially wood floors. So we show up immediately, we remove the bulk water, and then we begin to set out equipment and kind of control the environment so that we can have quick evaporation processes and dry a structure out. And we got these calls on Friday evening rolling into Christmas weekend. And so I started dispatching my team, and I was out in the field with them. Well, we didn't have a real strong beginning year on revenue. I was unplugged playing real estate investor. And about 6 months ago, about middle ways through the year, I said, holy crap, I'm going to have to do something about it. I'm over here mismanaging my company because my focus was not on the company. My focus was buying real estate. And I did not have the people in place to focus on what needed to be focused, to take my place. I didn't have someone to delegate those responsibilities to. And I mistakenly was thinking that my team was just going to magically all be leaders and lead themselves and each other. And it just doesn't happen that way. That's a fairy tale. So I plug back in the second half, we've regained what we did last year, and we should end this year even higher than what we did last year, and we made it up in a matter of 6 months. This is what I mean. Pay attention to where your efforts are. And I said to myself 6 months ago, I want to hit my mark from last year because I'm going to have hurt feelings if I don't hit the same revenue goal or same revenue as we did last year. We start going backwards because there's no sense in us going backwards. And the only excuse I will have is me. So I plugged back in and I made 2 big hires. I got an operations manager. I got a sales guy that had used to own his own company and moved into the area. And so we hit the streets and started building, and I started putting my face to the grind and making sure that we were making adjustments that we needed to make. So here's my question to you. Where is your efforts being applied right now? And are they in alignment with what your mouth is saying? If you say you want to be a better father, then how much time are you spending with your children? You want to be a better husband or a better wife. How much effort are you spending to give to that person, to make special efforts to surprise them like you were when you courted them, when you dated them? See, it's real easy to put our best face on and show a great experience in the beginning we will call it the honeymoon phase. And this is the honeymoon phase in any portion of your life. But then once you snag it and you got it under control, or what you think you have under control, you take and lose your effort and your focus on it and move it to something else. You take for granted what you thought you have. But in reality, as soon as you take your attention off something, you no longer have it. It will escape over time. I've seen this happen in too many ways. I don't care if it's a relationship, if it's a business, if it's a job that you work, if it's anything else. As soon as you stop paying attention and put an effort towards it, it will slip away. But the things that you put your effort towards, those will grow. So make sure you're putting your effort towards the things that need to grow, because wherever the effort is, it's going to grow. And if it's something negative, then it's going to grow as well. So if you're putting your focus on the news and the media and all the negativity, if you're putting your focus on gossiping, if your timeline on Facebook looks like shit because you've got a bunch of folks complaining and always talking negative, then it's time for you to change your focus and put it somewhere else, because that is the crap that's going to grow in your life. There's very few simple fundamentals that are going to allow you to grow. We're at the end of 2022. Do you want to repeat the same process that you had in 2022 and 2021 and 2020 in 2023? Or do you want to change? Because if you want change, you're going to have to change something. And to change something means you're going to have to change your environment and create a new lifestyle. Because you will be in a honeymoon stage unless you create it as a lifestyle. And creating a lifestyle is building a habit in your life so that it is just repetition to you. You don't have to have thought processes to push you, because it's mental memory, so that as you walk this process, it's just a part of your daily life, your daily action. You get up in the morning and you brush your teeth. Well, what else do you want to be so repetitious in your life that you don't have to think about it like brushing your teeth? I can literally get up in the morning and I know that as soon as I wake up, I go into the kitchen and I get my coffee running. Then I go and use the restroom. Then I go and hop in the shower. And then after my shower, I have to sit. If I get out of order, I'm going to forget it as well. So when I get out of the shower, I'm going to sit there and put my contacts in. I brush my teeth and I shave. If I sit there and put my contacts in and then go to the bathroom and then go to the shower and then get out and decide to brush my teeth, I'm probably going to forget to shave, one or the other. So you build a routine so that it creates a lifestyle, and this routine stays a part of your everyday situation. You make sure that you influence yourself in the areas that you're trying to grow in, and you make sure that you apply your attention to the things that you want to grow. Don't overcomplicate life. If you want to be a millionaire, then you need to focus on bettering yourself at your craft, and also expand your knowledge base on other information that can spring off of your current skill set. If you want to be healthier, then build that into your routine. Have one meal that you're dedicated. I am going to eat vegetables and protein and grain. At least one. I'm going to get up and do some exercise, morning or afternoon, whichever one fits your lifestyle the best. Build your life so that it will take you where you want to go. It's that simple. Stop talking about it and thinking it's going to magically appear. God is not going to drop $1 million into your lap because you prayed hard. God has already given you the skill set and everything that you need to go make $1 million. Stop praying about it and start acting on it. Stop giving an excuse that you just need to pray harder or it's just not your time yet. Forget that. It is your time to be rich. It is your time to have a great relationship. It is your time to have a great family. It is your time to have a fantastic lifestyle. So start taking the actions on the gifts that God has already put inside of you to be able to move towards what you were destined to move towards. We were all created with a fantastic destiny, but most of us neglect it because we like to be lazy and make excuses of why we aren't where we really should be. They said it many times before that the richest place is the graveyard, and it's because so many people have died with talents that were never used. And they lay there with those talents that are wasted away. And that's an extremely sad thing to think about. How many people could have lived a fantastic life, but because they put their focus and effort towards things that did not produce positive results in their life, they wasted away, never getting to experience that. When I get at the end of my life, I want to look at my perfect self and I want to see a mirror image. And if I can get to that point and I see a mirror image of my perfect self, I know that I've lived the life that I wanted to live on earth because I grew and I got to experience the things that I wanted to experience. Think about that, how simple it is to be able to control your life, but how hard it is to be able to be disciplined and cut those habits out that don't produce positive results for you in getting you to where you're supposed to go and want to be. See, habits get formed. It's just a matter of which habits you're going to allow to be formed into your life. And this is why I say create a lifestyle that's going to produce things to take you where you want to go. For me, I want to impact other people's lives, but before that, I want to impact myself. I want to be financially free to do whatever the hell I want to do. I want to be able to have choices and never be restricted by money. I want to order from the left-hand side of the menu, not the right-hand side where the prices are. And to do that, that means I have got to be resourceful and bring value. And to be able to be resourceful and bring value, I've got to have knowledge. And this is why I try to put myself in front of people so that I can hear their voice and see their actions that are highly successful as much as possible, even when it means that I have to pay to get into the room or I have to pay to be able to hop on the phone calls for them. Because I'm making investments into myself when I make those payments to get around these individuals, when I take the time to listen to a podcast riding down the road instead of Pandora and some music that's not benefiting me at all. Doesn't mean I never listen to music, but that is not my primary focus. I have disciplined myself to absorb information about business and finance so that I can better myself in business and finance. Because when I'm overflowing, when this vessel of me is full, then that's when I'm able to touch and impact other people. But if you're trying to think that you're going to be out there giving before you have filled yourself up, then you are truly mistaken and you will deplete yourself. So my original question is, are you going to predict your future by looking at where your current efforts and focus is? And does that future look like the future that you want? If it doesn't, then change where your focus is going and start absorbing the information that you need to retain to get to that position in life that you want to be at. And stay disciplined and consistent in those efforts. Create the lifestyle so that it's a daily routine. And I promise you, you will never regret creating that lifestyle. I want you to live in success. And until next time, let's grow together.
This is thepodcastfactory.com.